star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Great to hear Skylar Cole singing the national anthem before today's contest.
It's kinda easy listen to the G-Dep sound. Brand new speakers bumping as I got the sound for you.
Happy holidays, everyone. Welcome to our coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. Joining me tonight, Grant Hill and Steve Smith. I'm Brian Anderson, along with reporter Allie LaForce. And now the opening lineup for Chicago. They've got DeMar DeRozan. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Draymond Green. Then there's Dosunmu, and it's the great one, in at the one. And for Brooklyn, we've got Cam Thomas. Mikal Bridges is out there with Keita Bates-Diop. Then there's Chris Paul, and it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Well, Grant, when you look at these teams, both very scrappy. They're really getting after it on defense right now.
And I love it. I mean, it's actually really refreshing to see. Being that the league has shifted more to being offensive-oriented, this matchup has a bit of an old-school feel to it. So you know I like that. It's going to be fun.
It'll be the Nets off the tip. Paul with it. Bridges outside. Back to Paul. Down low. Bridges misses. Chicago with the ball. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Brooklyn this season.
Oh, they dominated this team a season ago. They beat them every time they played.
Yeah, these two teams haven't changed that much, so I wouldn't be surprised if they run the table on them again.
They're running. Here's DeRozan. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
Wow, you knew that DeRozan has that in him. Didn't think he'd pull it off in a game, though.
And that was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, bringing you the sauce. Now here's Claxton. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Here's the great one. We saw him with 39 points last game. Here's Dosunmu. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
First quarter and about a minute and a half in. And it's Thomas off the drive. Oh, Green with a block.
What a play from Draymond to rise up and send it back. He really takes pride in his defense.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Pass to the great one. Vucevic, a screen on Paul. The great one passes to Vucevic. Missed inside.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
And one of the better defenders in the league, Grant, Mikal Bridges. He'll lock you down.
Oh, he will be often matched up against the opponent's best scorer, and he is just so fierce. But he also helps you generate offense, hitting threes and extending the defense to create room to operate.
Kicks it to DeRozan. Here's the great one. He's guarded by Paul. Shot clock at 5. He shoots. And it's DeRozan missing.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
11 feet out. Thomas, that's good. Thomas has got his second bucket on the night.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Here's the great one. Stolen by Bridges. Pass to Claxton. Paul against Green. Here's Thomas. Screen by Claxton. Thomas passes to Claxton. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Bates Diop. Rebounded by Green. Chicago trailing here. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And it's hammered home by Green.
I love it. That's great teamwork on the pick and roll. Then Draymond finished strong.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Paul looking over the floor. Here's Thomas. Rebounded by Green. And it's Green with the ball for the Bulls. They put up a nice win against Toronto last time out.
Yeah, and that one came down to their rebounding. There was a big gap between the two teams there.
And you know this, what you do on the backboard may not completely win or lose a game, but it can tip the scale in one team's favor.
And here's Paul. He's scoreless. Pass to Bridges. Outside Paul. Oh, there's the alley. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Oh, an athletic jam by Bridges going up high.
Here's DeSumo. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Toronto. Here's the great one. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Pass to Bridges. Back to Paul.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
Now Claxton. Screen by Bridges. 6 to shoot. Here's Thomas. No good from outside. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 9 and finding their rhythm now. The great one. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee!
And there's the whistle. They'll pin that one on Nikola Vucevic. That's his first foul. Here's Claxton. No points so far. Left side Paul. 5 on the clock. Pass to Bridges.
And you see that in building their lead, they've done an impressive job on the defensive glass.
Here's Thomas. 35 points for him last game against the Warriors in San Francisco. They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Bridges passes to Bates Diop. Misses the layup. Chicago leading. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. And with New Year's fast approaching, let's see our power rankings for an idea of how everyone's year is looking. You look at the Nuggets. They're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
Well, right now for Chicago, they've proven most people right. An outstanding team, a squad that's going to be very difficult to knock out.
Time called here. The Nets decide to talk it over now.
Attention fans, now on the court is your Hunger Squad. Get loud and let them hear you. Give it up for the Brooklyn Nets.
And now that we have a minute, let's take a look at the best shooting teams in the association. Number 1, the Bulls.
The smart offensive moves this team makes helps them open up the floor and find great looks. That's how they've secured such an impressive shooting percentage.
Paul passes to Bridges. Now here's Paul. He's covered closely. And there's Bridges. That's good. On the assist from Paul. Bridges has got 8.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
Green with a screen on Paul. To the middle. Tries again. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Great decision from Draymond to go up into the D there with his big body. Such an intelligent player.
And both free throws good for Green. And now we're getting into the thick of the NBA season, Smitty. When you gaze around the league, what do you look for to say this team's for real?
For me, BA, to win a championship, your defense has to be in the top 5. Also, it's hard to win it all your first time in the playoffs. Past experience is generally necessary to continue.
Here's Thomas. And you look at the numbers, currently around 22.5 points a game.
I can't believe that went in, and I don't think he can either.
Green with a screen on Paul. Inside. And it's hammered home by Green.
And a terrific sequence by Green, constantly looking to dunk the ball.
And so Paul will bring it up for Brooklyn. Trailing by 4. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
It's always hard to get a win on the road, especially when you show zero energy on the defensive end.
It looked like there were communication breakdowns all night. Deadly, especially when you're on the road.
And Chicago has possession, following the bucket by the Nets. Vucevic gets the bucket.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Brooklyn with the ball. Bridges outside. To the paint. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Yeah, making the smart pass there. I mean, Bridges doesn't just hold the ball.
Here's the great one. He's guarded by Paul. Dosunmu, the pass to Green. Little turnaround. The great one can't get it to go. Brooklyn trailing. Bridges outside. Screen by Claxton. Bridges passes to Claxton. Oh, it's no good. That would have tied it. To the inside. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball. Robinson, he's checked in for Thomas. White, he's checked in for Chicago. Here's the great one. He's guarded by Paul. Shot clock at 6. Shot's good by the great one.
I'm not sure if he was trying to show off or what, but when you're that open, you got to go straight to the basket. The fadeaway was clearly a bad choice.
Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
Yeah, and I look at his total effect on the scoring, both as a passer and a shooter. Incredibly productive.
Here's the great one. He has 6. Robinson passes to Paul, puts it up from 15, and it's cleared by Vucevic.
The defender took away the airspace, crowded him. That changed the shot.
The great one can't get it to go. Brooklyn's gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc.
Always clever, working himself to the line. And Chris Paul tends to convert once he gets there.
We've got Sharp, Chris Paul out there with Cameron Thomas. Then it's Duncan Robinson, and it's Bates Diop in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
First personal foul. Team
First one falls for him.
Shooting for Chicago.
And that's good as he hits both shots.
His second foul in as many quarters. We'll see if he backs off or stays aggressive.
Third team foul.
The Nets have gone a terrific 4 of 5 here in the second quarter.
Thanks. The great one in the last game against the Raptors did some really solid work. He had 39 points and put up double digits in 3 categories. He was locked in all night long. We'll see if that focus carries over into this game. Guys?
Great report there, Allie. It was obvious he could do anything he wanted. A fantastic win.
Well, I'll tell you, he was enjoying himself out there, kind of like us here in the broadcast booth. And whoever was matched up against him wasn't enjoying themselves.
What I like is they just kept calling his number. Sometimes we see coaches go away from what's working, and we wonder why.
It's tipped. Dosunmu on the wing, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. Pass to the great one. Second chance shot. Yes, great play by DeRozan to set him up.
Assist.
DeRozan's got his 3rd assist of the night. For Brooklyn, they've got 5 of 7 shots to fall in the second. Now here's Paul. The D's right on him. Here's Thomas. And the ball out of play. The Bulls will have it. And let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Friday, they'll host the New York Knicks. And then Sunday, they'll begin a road trip starting in San Antonio, going up against the Spurs.
And for their matchup with the Jazz, they'll need to be pretty much perfect for that one. Anything less than that means they're in for a tough evening.
Claxton, he's checked in for Sharp. And the Bulls also making a change. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Cornette. Here's Paul. Deflected.
Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass, really getting after it and being physical.
And the shot goes.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Paul passes to Claxton. Back to Paul. There's the triple. He got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Here's Thomas. He's got 15. Clock at 6. Screen by Claxton. And the Nets miss again. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game.
We talk about Williams' physical abilities, but right there, you see the awareness and willingness to be unselfish.
Brooklyn has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. To the middle. Here's Claxton. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. Here's the great one. He's guarded by Paul. Inside. Here's Green. Oh, look at Green getting his inside.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Thomas passes to Paul. The baseline J. It's hauled in by the great one. Here are the Bulls with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Green with a screen on Paul. The great one passes to Green. And a nice finish on the layup. Green's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're really working the paint now.
The Nets have gotten 6 shots to fall out of 13 attempts here in the second. Pass to Thomas. Screen by Claxton. The kick out to Paul. Jacks up a 3. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. And now in December, here's what the Eastern Conference standings look like. Taking a look at Chicago, they're in first place right now with a tremendous record. They're certainly the team to beat. And of course, Brooklyn far behind in the standings.
When I look at Chicago, Many of us experts earmarked them as favorites this season, and you know what? They have not disappointed thus far.
They're just getting warmed up. As good as they've been so far, they've got the potential and the talent to get even better as we get deeper into this season.
And for the Nets, they're shooting 40% in the second quarter so far. Bates Diop, the screen. Paul passes to Bates Diop. Basket counts. Bates Diop's got his first basket.
CP3 is a nightmare in pick and roll situation.
Chicago has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. Here's the great one. 12 points for him. To the paint. Here's Vucevic. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
Steps back. Here's Paul. Got a hand on it.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? So it's Brooklyn now. 17-point game. And at home for the next game, it'll be New York pulling in to face them. That'll be the second of a 2-game stretch at home.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
And there's a 3-second violation. And we got a quick moment to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Ben Simmons.
And we've seen a jump in the last few years in terms of his rebounding. The heart, the hustle, his ability to read shot trajectories and crash the glass at the right time, and his teammates really appreciate the hard work.
Ben Simmons is checked in for Brooklyn. Now Paul, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. Pass to Simmons. Bates Diop on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Simmons. Over White. Rebound by the Bulls.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Vucevic in the post. He's guarded by Claxton. He gets it in there. Vucevic has got 6 points.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Brooklyn has gone 0 for 4 from beyond the arc here in the second quarter. White against Simmons. Outside Paul. Bates Diop, the screen. Paul can't get it to go. Chicago has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Pass to Green. Here's the great one. That one is off. And Brooklyn's shooting 35% in the second so far. Simmons, the pass to Paul. Here's Bates Diop. And here's Simmons. He's guarded by White. To snap the cold streak. It's hauled in by White.
I don't know if you can credit the defense for that. It was just a missed opportunity.
Shot's good by the great one.
Impressive. Their ball movement has been excellent tonight.
And so it's Paul who brings up the ball for the Nets. Claxton passes to Simmons. Outside Paul. Goes up on the baseline. Blocked! And they're able to recover. And he gets it back.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Outside Simmons. Bates Diop, the screen. Simmons, the pass to Bates Diop. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Bulls. The 2K leaderboard lights up with the league's top scoring teams. Number 1, Chicago.
We knew the scoring talent on this team would be tremendous, but they may have even exceeded our own expectations.
Thomas, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And a change for the Bulls. DeRozan is checked in. Chicago has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. Knocks down the 18-footer. DeRozan's gotten his second bucket on the night.
So smooth from these in-between areas. DeRozan, gotta love his tenacity.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Thomas misses.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
The great one passes to Vucevic, hauled in by Paul.
The defender didn't block that dunk, but he changed it, and that's as good as a block.
Bridges outside. Back to Paul. Pass to Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. The Nets need to get off a shot here. Paul, shot is off.
You hate to pile on, but his poor shooting night has really hurt the team.
The great one passes to Vucevic. The 15-footer is good. Vucevic has got 8 points.
If you give Vucevic room to fire, he will, especially from the mid-range area.
And so it's Chicago, up 25 big ones as we head into the next period. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
Welcome, everybody. We'll get things going with a look at who might be participating in the upcoming three-point contest.
Oh, it's a fun event to watch. Even more fun to take part in. All these guys are great shooters. But I can think of a few guys who would have been added that could have made this list better.
Yeah, lots of lobbying going on behind the scenes. Now taking a look at that first half of action. It's been tough sledding for the Nets.
They can't stop anything down low. Playing soft. S-O-F, capital T. Softer than Egyptian cotton, softer than a bag of marshmallows. S-O-F, capital T.
Big fella, that is soft. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Boy, one guy who's getting it done is Draymond Green.
And given that he's just delivered a double-double through 2 quarters, I'm excited to see his stats at the end of the night.
They're asking a lot of him, shouldering the load in a number of areas. You just hope he has enough left at the end.
On the court for Chicago, DeMar DeRozan is out there with Draymond Green. Then there's Ayo Dosunmu. Then there's Nikola Vucevic. And it's the great one in at the point guard. Now here's Paul. Defense right on him. Bridges passes to Thomas. Launches it. And the call will be against Nicholas Claxton. That's his first foul of the game. It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
Oh, showing no signs of giving up this lead. That block sent shockwaves into the opposition's sails.
Chicago has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Mikal Bridges is a premier defender. He said, quote, people take it for granted how tough it is to guard the top perimeter players in this league and not be able to really touch them because they're going to get the foul call. You've got to guard these matchups one-on-one, and I think we get taken for granted. Yeah, he's on point.
Yeah, he does have a point there. Thanks, Allie.
And he's looking to get on a roll here to start the second half.
That was a good play call, attacking with the right guy in the right situation.
And teams running their offense through their star players. What's the balance there, keeping everyone else involved and engaged, Smitty?
You know, B.A., that's a tricky one. You want your playmakers making plays, but your defenders and role players, they play harder when they feel involved.
It's Bridges on the wing, defended by DeRozan. Claxton up top. He has 7. Thomas misses. The Bulls have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. The great one passes to Green. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. A difficult situation for Brooklyn. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Paul passes to Bates Diop. Now here's Paul. He's guarded closely. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
So difficult to stay planted, especially with all the motion around you. Annoying turnover.
DeRozan against Bridges. And he recovers it.
Finally. Now 1 for 5 here in the third. We'll see if that boosts their confidence.
Applying some pressure with that full court defense.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Well, some have called DeMar DeRozan a master of the mid-range, Smitty. Maybe rightly so.
BA, I definitely give him that title. Few guys are as efficient in that area as him. In fact, most avoid it.
Get out of your seat. Come on, start making some noise for your Brooklyn Nets. Team Hype. Come on, let's hear it for Team Hype.
Here's Paul. Bridges outside. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
It's so easy to get frustrated when you make mistakes, but you have to keep battling.
It's just one trip down the court, but you have to have short memory in this league or you won't last long.
Here's the great one. He's guarded by Paul. Shot's good by the great one.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed.
Pass to Bridges. Back to Thomas. Screen by Claxton. Bridges outside. Back to Thomas. 4 on the clock. Launches it from deep. Rebounded by Green. Green's got rebound number 15 here tonight. DeRozan outside. Here's DeSumo. Good, and it's DeRozan who picks up the assist. DeRozan's got his 4th assist with that last one. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
The Bull. Well, the Nets shooting just under 40% from the field. Ben Simmons is out there with Cameron Thomas. Then there's Sharp, then it's Duncan Robinson, and it's Clowney in at the power forward position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Simmons is doubled. It's hauled in by the great one. The great one's got his 4th rebound in this one. Fires from 14, and there's another one for the Bulls.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Simmons, the pass to Sharp. Back to Simmons. And Smitty, it seemed like the NBA's age minimum would go back to 18. Why do you think it didn't happen in the latest CBA?
You know, B.A., I'm with you. I thought it would go back to 18, but I think the league looked at it and had these guys play 1 year of some kind of post-high school, whether it's college or some other leagues. I think that was the mindset.
White for 3. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
Kobe White doesn't need much time or space to get off that catch and shoot.
White's gotten all 3 of his shots to fall. 3 for 3. And it's Simmons missing. And Williams has got the ball here for Chicago. Here's the great one. Ah! Wow! Crazy good! And that one is stuffed right through.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. On the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, good looks by our terrific camera crew. The Nets have gotten just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Simmons, the pass to Robinson. Here's Thomas, three-pointer. Pure from three-point range.
The three-point shooting has been on point here in the second half.
And stolen by Simmons. Down low. Pass to Thomas. To the paint. The kick out to Simmons. Just 4 to shoot. Buries it down low.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Here's the great one. Brooklyn with the board. Simmons has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Thomas. He's guarded by White. You know, for the past few years, Smitty, it's been amazing how deep the talent is in the NBA draft every year.
I love it, BA, because you're starting to find stars in the second round. Guys who are picked 40, 50 are becoming all-stars, rookie of the year, and winning a lot of awards. I think the talent right now in the world is fantastic.
And you don't need a roadmap when he's got open court in front of him like that.
Yeah, he's a one-man show in transition. Impressive play, taking it right to the rim.
It's Thomas on the wing. Outside Simmons. Pass to Clowney from 18 feet away. Yes, and that's Simmons with the assist. Simmons has got 3 assists now in this one.
The pass-first nature of Simmons. Fantastic job scanning the floor and finding the open teammate.
The great one passes to White. Fires the 3. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. Here's Simmons, blocked. And so it looks like the Nets will retain. Boy, coach doesn't like that decision one bit. He's going to use his challenge on the out-of-bounds violation.
This call is all about viewing perspective. A lot of times a coach may have a better view of this call than the official.
The previous play is under review.
Hey, when you're on the bench and see what looks like an obvious mistake on this call, you almost have to challenge, no matter when it comes in the game.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And the ruling has been made. They're going to uphold the original call on the out-of-bounds violation.
And as a coach, it stings to lose a timeout on a failed challenge. But it's a risk worth taking to make absolutely sure that you're not going to lose a possession on a blown call.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Paul, the open look. Plenty of room to knock down that one.
Can't let a guy like Paul find the shots he wants. He's way too consistent from there.
There's Ball with a 3. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
And he's not taking it easy on them at all. I mean, we all know he's going to keep pouring it on.
I mean, defensively, if you have any hope of coming back in this game, you can't afford to give him those looks.
Thomas passes to Claxton. Bridges outside. 5 to shoot. Pass to Thomas. Lets the 3 fly. Out of bounds. Nets ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. Rebound by the Bulls. Williams has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's the great one. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. The Great One's got 10 points here in the second half.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
Screen by Bridges. Here's Paul. Rebound by the Bulls. Here's the Great One. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
It's been an outstanding performance for them in just about every area.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
Claxton passes to Paul. Bridges against White. Shot clock at 6. Here's Thomas. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Coming out of halftime, he wanted to start strong, yet the opposite happened.
The Great One can't get it to go. Brooklyn's gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Thomas passes to Paul. And with expansion whispers continuing to grow, Smitty, if it happens, you figure there would have to be some realignment.
Yes, B.A. Most likely a team will move to the east. Presents a chance for the NBA to change the layout of the league. Might add a division and find ways to cut down on travel.
Here's the Great One. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Here's Thomas to the middle. It's Thomas on the wing. Lots of room. Rebounded by Johnson.
Something's off about him this quarter.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything.
Brooklyn's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Claxton. Here's Thomas. Takes one from 10 feet. Second chance effort. And it's good on the lay-in.
Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
Here's the Great One. Williams with the screen. The Great One passes to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Patrick Williams with all the talent in the world.
Here's Thomas. Now here's Paul. To the inside. Thomas misses.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
You know what he did? He timed it well and did a good job of contesting without committing the foul.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
Well, Brooklyn's shooting right below 40% here in the fourth. Ball against Paul. Pass to Bridges. Shoots over White. Bridges misses.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. He just can't get it to go.
Ball finds White. Outside, Williams. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
We've seen Williams' confidence grow since he came into the league. He has real belief in his three-point shot now.
Pass to Thomas. Looking to win the run. Connects. The jumper drops. Thomas has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Just taking what the defense allows, and that's a shot he'll make all night.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. Chicago has gone 4 of 4 from outside during the fourth. There's Ball with a 3. Brooklyn with the board. Thomas has got 4 rebounds now. And Grant, you grew up in the D.C. area. A lot of great basketball players coming out of the DMV in recent years.
Yeah, B.A., especially PG County with Kevin Durant, Jeremy Grant, and plenty of others. It was a great place to grow up in the DMV as a sports fan, and that legacy definitely continues.
It's an even 3-on-3 break. Just 5 on the clock. Puts up a 3. Ball with the rebound.
Man, at what point do you blame the play calling more than the player?
Here's the great one. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. The great one's got 34. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Thomas passes to Paul. Claxton with it. Williams defending. Pass to Thomas. Spins. From 15 feet away. It's hauled in by the great one. The great one's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Bulls.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And so they'll chalk up another win and put themselves at 31 wins on the year.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They showed tonight they take this team seriously, and the next 2 matchups between these two should be fun.
And what a huge performance it was for the great one.
Oh, his array of talents on full display. Picks up the triple-double, really takes ownership of this game. I thought that made the difference for them tonight.
Cornette checked in for Chicago. Caruso comes in for White. 19-footer. And that one drops for him. The great one's got 37.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Back to Paul. And he's going for the oop here. And an emphatic jam on the lob.
Court vision is Paul's superpower. He sees everything on the court.
Here's the great one. That 3's off the mark. Brooklyn with the ball. Pass to Paul. Shoots over ball. Paul shot is off.
Good offense beats good defense? Not always.
Here's the great one. Nice D from Bridges. And it's Paul with the ball for the Nets. And there's Bridges. That's good. On the assist by Paul.
Yeah, relentless worker. Bridges, so tough inside.
Here's the great one. Hits a 3-pointer. The great one's got 40 points.
Excellent effort on the road. They've literally sucked the energy out of this arena.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
So it's the Bulls winning this one easily. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.